So this is the first turn in Charlemagne, Master of Europe. I've just completed a battle in Lombardy, which we did a video on just a few minutes ago. And I won that battle, so I'm now King of the Lombards, which makes the Pope happy with me and gives me a positive modifier in Italy and gives you a point every turn. So that's pretty good. That's good all around. My plan for this turn is to increase my taxation level from 7 to 9. And the reason for this has to do with how we earn emergency victory points. If we look at the game turn record track here, the turn track, on turns 1 and 2, there is a wealth threshold of 9. It's 11 on turn 3, 12 on turn 4, it keeps going up. And if I meet that threshold, then I get an EVP. Which help me when I come short of VP. It'll give me some extra VP that I need. So I need to get to 9. And the two ways to kind of increase my taxation level there are to build churches and to place marquees. So I'm going to place a marquee this turn, which is going to get me to the 9 and get me what I need for these 2 turns. And my plan is also to start building a church this turn. It's a 2-turn process. Finish it on turn 2, start my second church on turn 2, and finish it on turn 3, so I qualify for the 11, actually the 11 and the 12. So it'll be good for these first 4 turns for EVP, and that should be pretty helpful, and I'll have money to spend on stuff too anyway, which also is very helpful. So that is my plan. So my idea here is I'm going to get the church in Italy, so I'm going to have to end the turn in Italy in order to start building the church there. And I want to put the marquee probably over here in the yellow region. I'm also going to need to get an extra buck somewhere in order to place that church, and I'm probably going to get that by laying siege to this guy here. So that's my plan, and we'll see how miserably it fails. So to start with, Charlemagne, old Chuck, is in Lombardy here. And the first action he's going to take is a forced march action. So before taking an action, he can move, and he's going to move over to Burgundy. And then the forced march action lets him move another space to another vacant area. He's moving here to Poitiers. And we're going to do a hostile reaction. There's no cup adjustment for that, but there is a hostile reaction. And what we have here is one of the pagan units. It's actually going to be on its leader side. There's going to be another leader that's going to be over in the orange region there. Now I'm going to place my marquee. This going to cost me 6 coins, so I'm going to bump down my treasury by 6. Put the marquee in there. There you go, buddy. That's going to increase my taxation by 2, so I'm where I need to be there. Now I need to do the cup adjustment, which is going to be 1 unfriendly into the friendly cup. That's not so bad. And then 2 hostile reactions. And what do we got here? We have guy going in Bordeaux. Go right there. That's not so great. And then a guy for the Valetti going over into the brown region. And he's actually going to be a leader. All these leaders aren't great for me because each of these leaders is going to decrease the amount of money I actually get when I collect my taxes. So I'm not so thrilled about that. But so it goes. The first thing I'm going to do another forced march action with Charlemagne to move him through Burgundy to Swabia. And that's going to have another hostile reaction, which is put up a guy in Moravia. He's actually going to be a unit instead of a leader. Big old nasty stack over there. If we look over here in the yellow region, I'm going to activate my marquee for a suppress action in Bordeaux. This probably isn't going to succeed because I need to roll a 6, 7, or 8 in order to do it. But it does put him there, so he will, at the end of the turn, eliminate one of these units. So it gets that started. That's my thinking. It was a 7, so it did it actually. So it's going to eliminate that guy. He's going to hang out there. Goes in the dead pool. And because it was a suppression action, I'm going to do 1 friendly to unfriendly, plus 2 hostile reactions. Hand is stuck, that's great. There we go. And we have a guy going in Bavaria, which is not great. because it kind of screws up my plan. And then a Saxon, so go over there. So go back over to where Chuck is here. My plan was to do a suppress action over here, which would be a 4, and I get a +1 because of his DRM. But now that there's 3 guys there, I can't do a suppress action. I could do another battle action. That's kind of risky. I'm not thrilled about that, but what the heck, I'm going to do that. Now, I'm not actually going to go through another battle. Let's just assume that I win the battle. And I'm able to flip over a guy. 'Cause I'm just demonstrating. I'm not. This isn't going against my score record for the game. So I'm gonna flip some guys over. Let's see, and turn you into a level 2 guy. All right. But let's assume the battle worked. In which case, this Deadpool is resolved immediately, and these guys are all going to go in the unfriendly cup because they're in a region with Frankish presence. Okay, so assume I did that battle, and what kind of battle would that have been? That would have been, let's see, 5 plus 6 and 11. So it would have been 2 unfriendly to hostile adjustments, and then 2 reactions, which are both going in the pagan region. So we have a guy going here for the Avars, and a guy going here for the Saxons. So a lot of leaders on the map. That's not great. So I'm going to start by putting this guy to siege. So the way sieges work is I start taking the siege action. I need to roll more than twice the leadership value of the unit. So I need to roll more than twice 1. So I need to roll 3 or better, basically. And if I succeed, great, and I get some money and he goes away. If I fail, boo, I have to do it again because I'm putting the guy under siege. So I need to keep doing it until it succeeds or until the turn ends. So I roll the 1. It's not great. So I'm gonna do a 2 friendly to unfriendly cup adjustment, which that sucks, and 2 hostile reactions, which another Saxon unit and a guy in Lombardy. So that's not clear anymore. Terrific. And now I'm stuck doing this action, so I'm going to do it again. That time it worked. So that is going to eliminate the guy and the top unit underneath it. And it's going to get me $1 in my treasury, which is what I need to build that church. I'm going to press my luck a little bit and try putting this guy under siege. So, hey, that was an 8. That's great. Do I get something special for that? No, I don't think so. Alright, so it's going to be an extra $1, and that guy's eliminated. That's good. And I need to do the adjustments, which is going to be 1 unfriendly to friendly, because it succeeded, plus 2 hostile reactions. So we get another Saxon leader. This isn't great. And we get a guy in Breton. Alright, I'm going to move back through this way. Should I go after that leader? I really shouldn't, but I make bad decisions. So I'm going to put this guy under siege. I roll a 7, which is going to be successful. So that eliminates those 2 guys and gives me 2 more bucks for my treasury, which is, that's pretty good. And I'm going to do my adjustment, pull out my 2 guys. One is a turn end marker. When the other one comes out, the turn's going to end. The other is a guy going in Poitiers. So actually, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do a... Do I want to do a suppress action? Do I want to do a gift action? That's rounding up. And it's just a top unit. No, I'm going to do a suppress action. So, hey, it did it. That's pretty good. I'm going to do my adjustment. 1 friendly to unfriendly. 2 hostile reactions. And that's going to be in Bavaria and Friuli. That's not great. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do a gift action. So I'm going to pay half his resistance value, pay $2 to eliminate him. And people like getting gifts more than they like being suppressed for some reason. So it's going to do an unfriendly to friendly cup adjustment, moving in the direction I want it to, and has one hostile reaction, which can be a guy over here in there. Okay, so at this point, I'm where I want to be when I end the turn. I don't really want to keep going at this point, so I'm actually going to pass. So that's going to draw 4 things out of the hostile cup, which hopefully won't hurt me too badly. Well, one goes in there. Okay, the second one is going in Gascony, and that's a leader in Gascony. That's not great. The third is turn end shit, so a turn in the turn anyway. And then we get another Saxon unit there. So that is what's going to end the turn. Now at this point, I'm going to go into my build phase, and I'm going to spend $3, 2, 3, to start building a church. So I'm put the church there. So I'm on the way there. And now I have the diplomacy phase. I'm at peace with the Vikings and the Al-Andalus and the Byzantine Empire. I've met my wealth threshold, so I'm going to increase my EVP by 1. I don't get any special bonus for my papal approval modifier, or PAM, but you know, that's okay. Now we're in the phase where we're going to, we're in the actual turn end phase, and I'm going to increase, let me get the rule book out. It's been a little while, guys. This is embarrassing. I'm looking up the rules to my own game, but it has been a little while. So first thing we're going to do is de-escalate. So each region, all the +1 leaders are going to go away. So over here in the yellow region, this guy's going to go away. Okay. I'm going to eliminate the topmost enemy unit that's not a leader from any stack with 3 or more units. So he's gone. Those guys are fine. Those have leaders, so it prevents them from doing it. The Saxon leaders. But this guy from Moravia is going to be gone. That guy's fine. This guy's going to be gone. So those guys are all eliminated. Now, any guys that my guys are hanging out with are going to go away. So this guy's going to go away. One of those guys. And one of these guys are going to go away. At this point, we're going to resolve the dead pool. So, for any enemy units that are there, and there's I don't have a finished church. Any region without Frankish presence. Yeah, there's no Frankish presence over in the orange region there. So these guys are all going in the hostile cup, which isn't super great, but isn't terrible either. All the green guys, there is Frankish presence, so they're going to go in the unfriendly cup. Same thing with the yellow guys and the purple guys. So these are all going to the unfriendly cup. Now I'm going to collect my taxes, which I have a base taxation level of 9 there. I'm going to get $9, plus my 1 is 10. But then I need to pay, I need to lose coins for each enemy leader on the map, of which there are 3. So I'm going to lose 1, 2, 3 coins. And then I need to pay upkeep for each marquis. I have 2 marquis. I don't have any finished churches. And I don't have any level 3 Scar right now. They're all level 4s, or they've been eliminated. So that stops me there, and now I'm going to earn victory points. So for each level 4 battle unit, that's these 3 guys here, I'm going to get a VP. So that's pretty sweet. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 VP there. For each region that's free of enemy units, and there's 1 region that does that, I get a VP. That's pretty cool. No intrigue markers in the dead pool. I'm not Holy Roman Emperor, but I am King of the Lombards, so that gives me a VP. Per marquis I have in play, I have 2 of those guys. And per finished church, no finished churches. Per 5 points running down in the treasury, I have 1 of those. So I got 9 VP at the end of my first turn. That's pretty good. In fact, I already meet the threshold for the next turn, so I'll be okay there. The last thing I'm going to do on the turn, I would check for minimum army strength, but that's not required until turn 2. Right now I have about a strength of, 30-ish, so I'm okay. I'm going to make a cup adjustment. 2 friendly to unfriendly. And then 6 unfriendly to hostile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then at that point, that's the end of the turn. So I'd go on to turn 2. So far so good. It hasn't been a complete disaster yet. It's probably going to be, though. Give me some time. But that is a turn for Charlemagne, Master of Europe. Hooray!